and celebrate. Thank you so much for purchasing one of our DIY balloon bundles. I'm here today to show you exactly what you get included and how to create your own bundle for your next event. So starting with our disco balloon bundle kit, the colours you get included are these ones here. So you've got your wild berry, your spring lilac, your lime green, your tropical teal and your orange. You also get some disco balls. Depending on the size of the arch you've selected, you will get a varying number of those. You get your dual action in pump, which works on the pull out and the push in, and you get your sticky dots and your decorative strip. So I'll show you how to use those as we go along, but your first step is to start by inflating all of the balloons in your bundle. For today's example, I will be using my electric pump to speed things up a bit, but this is where you'll use your dual action pump to begin with. So let's start inflating. So I already had the purple inflated, so I've since just added them to the bundle. But as you can see, you have got 5 really bright and vibrant colours here, all inflated and ready to go. So for today's demonstration, we are doing the complete balloon arch. So if you are using one of the balloon stands, this will cover the entirety of it. But secondly, we're just going to inflate our disco balls. If you do have any of the foil balloons in your kits, my tip to you is to inflate it until it feels nice and firm and full. Don't underdo it, but also try not go too far either, so as to pop them. But if you get them nice and full and tight looking, then it will stop the air from leaking out. So let's inflate our disco balls. Perfect, so as you can see with this, it's nice and tight. There's not really much more room for inflating, and this will help the valve to seal and no air to leak out. If you do find that air is leaking out once you've set them up before your party, just pump a little bit more air into them and yeah, help them to be nice and firm. So I'll do the rest. Inflated, this is where your decorative strip comes in. So I will show you a close-up of this. As you can see, it has 2 holes all the way along it. So it's got a large hole and a small hole. So we will poke our balloon through the large hole and slide it across to the small hole. I'll show you that now. So using your decorative strip, get the end of your balloon, piercing it through that big hole and sliding it to the small. So another thing to add, if you are looking to attach your balloons to the decorative tape and then display them in another way that's not on a ring, I would suggest leaving a few centimeters of the decorative tape free at the end to allow you to attach that to wherever you would like to position it. Because we are using the decorative balloon ring, I'll be starting from the very first hole and working my way along. This is where you get to be creative and choose how you want to display your balloons. You can bundle them and section them in colours all the way along. You can go one for one, whatever you like. This is what you get to choose now. I'm going to go one for one to create this look, and you put one on one side, and then when you get the second one, you will place that on the top side of the tape. So again, we're piercing it through the big hole and then just sliding it across to the small hole. So as you can see, one is from the bottom up and one is the top down. And you repeat this until all your balloons are attached to your decorative tape. Flimsy, but the more balloons you add, the tighter your strip will become, and they will bunch together quite nicely. and we're going to leave the decorative disco ball balloons out until the very end, and I'll show you how I attach those to the arch. Snake of balloons all attached to your decorative strip, and now you get to style it. So whether that be over your window, your door walkway, along the table, we are going to be using this balloon stand. There's a couple ways you can attach it. You can attach it with your excess ends of decorative strip. You can use some fishing line if you don't feel it's secure. But the method I like to use is if you're just gentle and patient enough, you can kind of push the balloons onto the frame, and because they're all so closely held together, they hug the frame and hold themselves in place. So we're going to attach them now, and I'll show you what it looks like. Pop off. This is inevitable. If you're really gentle, you won't get too many. Like, I only have about 5 or so, and you just want to go back along. You'll see the little holes where they're missing. Just attach them back in and you're ready to go. All of the balloons that popped off. You'll probably also find that you have excess decorative strip. That's not a problem. Just cut that off where you're happy to and you don't need anymore, and you can keep that aside for the next one you do. I'm going to just tuck this up away so that I've got it for future use. Okay, so as you can see, there are little gaps here and there throughout the balloon arch. This is where your minis come in. So in each of our kits you get a certain amount of large balloons and a certain amount of minis depending on the size bundle that you have bought. So now it's all up and in place and we can see our gaps. We use our minis and our sticky glue dots, and we attach one or as many as you feel comfortable using to each of the balloons, and you place them where you'll think that there's a gap. So I'll add those on now. Perfect, so as you can see, it has just filled out the arch a little bit more, covered any of those gaps, and made it look a lot more full. We will now grab our disco balls, and you can place these wherever you like. I usually like to sit some at the bottom to fill out the bottom a bit more, but you can stick them higher up as well. So grab your disco balls and add them into your arch. With the disco balls is you can simply just place them on the floor and not have to attach them. If you do want them placed up high or tucked in somewhere, use your glue dots again and just put a dot on one side and attach it to the balloons that are there. Because they're so light, they don't weigh it down, they're not going to fall down, and they'll just sit perfectly wherever you place them. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you have the best celebration, whatever it is, and be sure to share with us your creations and how your balloon bundles have come to life at your parties, because we would love to see it. If you have any questions, drop them below, I'll be happy to answer. But otherwise, thank you for choosing Inflate and Celebrate, and enjoy!